Welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Ronke Kolawole. The wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has officially chosen to be addressed as the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the second tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari. Mrs. Buhari said this at a dinner and award night she organized in honor of the wives of immediate past and the incoming state governors of Nigeria. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
The wives of the 36 state governors of the Federation have also been supportive to the activities of Mrs. Buhari at the state level through their various pet projects, as well as complementing their husbands and enhancing the lives of their people. This night, therefore, is remarkable to the wives of the governors, particularly the outgoing, as Mrs. Buhari has appreciated their support through the journey in building confidence and restoring hope to women, youth, and children. 12 immediate past governors' wives were awarded by the Nigeria's First Lady, comprising Adamawa, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Imo, Kwara, and Lagos. Others are Nasarawa, Ogun, Oshun, Oyo, and Zamfara State.
In the last 4 years, many of you have impacted positively in the lives of people in your states and even beyond. Specifically, you have touched lives, your hands have healed the sick and transformed the faces of sadness into doors of smiles. For this, you will be remembered and judged positively by posterity and history. I congratulate you for this smooth beginning. Beyond being wives of governors who have public mandates with duty to support, we must also be committed in championing the cause of vulnerable in our society.
Mrs. Buhari also awarded some personalities for their support towards the successful implementation of her laudable programs and activities through the Future Assured and Aisha Buhari Foundation. They include the wife of the Vice President Dolapo Shimbajo, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Household and Special Events Mohammed Sarki Abba, and the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Administration Dr. Hajo Sani.
When my husband was elected newly, I personally choose to be called the wife of the president. And after a while, I realized that it's causing a lot of confusion at the state levels, because many wives of the governors are confused either to use the First Lady or to use of the wife of the governors. But for the interest of the 36 wives of the governors, I want to be called the First Lady of Nigeria this time.
The governors' wives had earlier met at the First Lady's Conference Hall to elect their leaders, with the wife of the governor of Niger State, Dr. Amina Sani Bello, emerged as the president of the Northern Governors' Wives Forum, while the Edo State Governors' Wives, Besti Obaseki, emerged as the president Southern Governors' Wives Forum. From the State House, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
The Supreme Court has sacked David Umaru as the senator representing Niger East Senatorial District at the National Assembly. The court declared Mohammed Sani Musa as the senator-elect for the district, having won the primaries conducted by All Progressives Congress APC. Olabode Arewa reports that the suit is one of the pre-election cases decided by the Apex Court this Friday.
In an unanimous decision delivered by Justice Olukayode Ariwola, the Supreme Court five-man panel, headed by the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, held that the Court of Appeal decided in error by failing to take cognizance of the fact that the 14-day deadline required by law for candidates to challenge the outcome of parties' primary election commenced from the actual date that the political party submits the name of its candidate to INEC. The Supreme Court subsequently declared Sani Musa as the actual candidate of the APC for the senatorial district and not the incumbent senator David Umaru. The court thereby directed INEC to issue certificate of return to the appellants as the senator-elect.
The appellant Mohammed Sani Musa 313, that he actually won the primaries and is entitled to represent the Niger East.
In a related development, the Apex Court has affirmed the election of Zayad Ibrahim as a legislator representing Igabe Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. Zayad Ibrahim filed a suit pleading with the court that the APC unjustly substituted his name with that of Muhammad Abubakar, having won the primary election held on the 8th of October 2018.
The Supreme Court has agreed that he was wrongly substituted and his name has been restored.
The Apex Court, in its judgment, equally directed INEC to issue a certificate of return to Zayad Ibrahim in Abuja, Olabo Darewa. NTA News.
In the meantime, Senate President Ahmed Lawan says in his resolve towards ensuring that the governing APC catch up with lost grants over the past 4 years, the Ninth National Assembly will insist that government appointees execute their mandates conscientiously and with high sense of responsibility in the best interest of the country. Speaking to newsmen after joining President Muhammadu Buhari to observe Jumat prayers this Friday in the State House Mosque, the Senate President says for next-level agenda to achieve its objectives, everyone in government must live up to expectations.
It will cost the system. We are in a hurry. We are thirsty to perform. We want to support Mr. President to the tilt. We want to see Mr. President achieve those legacy dreams that he has. And we are going to work full course and full time to ensure that we give him the maximum support that he requires. And by the grace of God, Nigerians will see a difference, positive difference, in terms of delivery of service to our countrymen and women.
Senator Lawan also said the National Assembly is committed to passing appropriation bills in good time for implementation within the 12 calendar months.
As well as the executive side of government, that we create a window for budget defense only, a dedicated period and time frame, say a month, of which only budget defense will be carried out in the National Assembly. And it is our desire in the National Assembly that before we leave for Christmas break, the budget would have been passed and Mr. President would have had the budget before him to sign and assent.
In the next level, we're going to see government at ease. Execution of programs, projects, and every other policies of government with ease, unlike the 8th Assembly. We're very confident. We can see now that the atmosphere is very calm. Everybody is happy that APC got it right this time around. Kudos to the national leadership of our party, and kudos to Mr. President. Kudos to the leadership of the National Assembly, and kudos to all members of the National Assembly, the senators and the reps. I think they've done excellently well.
Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello speaking there. To other issues now, concerted efforts by government across the globe have over time targeted better healthcare delivery. In line with this, Nigerians are being urged to cultivate the habit of donating blood regularly to reduce avoidable deaths and morbidity. This was the view of medical experts at a media briefing in Abuja in commemoration of the World Blood Donors Day. Elizabeth Omaruyi has details.
Crucial bits from their heart. No one wants to see these meter waves fail. Heartbeats can stop due to several factors, one of which is shortage of blood. This is Nathan, a lawyer. He's 38 and he has been donating blood for 14 years free of charge.
The motive of this is hope and faith. Hope in the sense that the person that is receiving the blood, that is the recipient of my blood, and me too, I'm giving the person another hope and faith that as long as the blood is transfused, that he or she will be able to have another life to live.
As the world marks World Blood Donor Day, awareness is being created on the importance of blood donation and blood products to saving lives, as this is a critical component of the universal health coverage.
NBTS is set to migrate its blood screening platform from a semi-automated system to a fully automated system at its center in Abuja and Jos.
Considering this year's theme, Safe Blood for All, blood donation, according to medical experts, remain an important key to improving health, blood production, and reducing risk of cancer.
Public education of our secondary school students is being vigorously pursued through its secondary school blood safety program, which seeks to encourage the culture of voluntary blood donation from an early stage.
As an integral part of modern medical practice, blood from donors helps save the lives of pregnant women, newborn, accident victims, surgical and anemic patients. Concerned parties are advocating more blood donations to make it affordable and available, as well as the establishment of more screening centers. So, why not donate today? Who knows, you might indirectly be saving your life. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
And we have live in the studio the highest blood donor in Nigeria, Mr. Nathan John. It's my pleasure welcoming you to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
You know, when I learned you have done this for 58 times, and I just think I should ask you first, how is it like donating blood for that period of time?
It's a fun to me, and it's giving life to somebody that is in dire need of blood. And it's been wonderful for 14 years now. It's just like fun, and it's been wonderful to me as a blood donor. And my blood story is none of my family member or I have ever received blood before, but I look at the other person that is not up to who I am or what I have, you know, that he or she should be the one to be like me also. That transfer the hope and the faith that I have concerning the person that is receiving blood.
So as it is, saving life is your motivation.
Oh yes, it's my motivation.
All right. Now, what are the steps to be taken if one is really interested in doing this?
Oh yes. So some years ago, 2005, I walked into NBTS office. As I then, it was Save Blood for African Foundation. You know, I was counsel, gave a form to fill, and when I say it's a lifestyle also, because the form introduced to me my lifestyle before 5 years ago. How do I live? What and what do I do? Some of the things that, you know, could affect my blood or could affect the person that will be transfused, that is the recipient. So I fill the form, I get it done, and it's only me that can know exactly what happened to me, even as at yesterday. So with that form, I was completely, you know, accepted that I can donate. And to me, I don't know, I did not even remember that it would take me to this far. But every day I donate and get counseling from other people and see people donating also. And it makes me to feel that, you know, that somebody is really in need of blood. And what happened in that procedure is that, you know, you see somebody, an accident victim or crisis that couldn't have just happened like that, and you see somebody lifeless, and it makes me to feel that giving somebody another hope to live.
All right, Mr. John, no, it's a pity we don't have much time in our hands, but before I let you go, what is your advice to Nigerians on the issue of blood donation?
It's a safe blood for everyone. My advice is for the youth. I've been able to see somebody that I've donated at the age of 81. He has been a donor. But my advice is to the youth, especially the youth, that they should come out, join me. You may think that I'm so fat or thin. It's not about the fatness or being smallish, or, you know, it's about what it's inside you. Right. I want to advise all the youth to follow me and join me and donate blood. It doesn't hurt, there's no side effect. If there's side effect, I will not be here.
Thank
It's not about money
much,
also.
Mr. Nathan John,
Thank
the
you.
highest blood donor in Nigeria. We are so glad to have you in our studios.
Thank you, ma'am.
And let's quickly go on commercial break before we bring you more stories.
The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria is here to help you succeed. SMEDAN gives you entrepreneurship training that will make your business grow big. It can create access to finance. SMEDAN can help you prepare a good feasibility study and link you up with the finance institutions that will fund your business. It can also create access to market through local and international trade fairs, opportunity fairs, and exhibitions. SMEDAN also organizes programs to identify innovative entrepreneurs and promote their business ideas. Contact us at Plot 35, Port Harcourt Crescent, Area 11, Garaki, Abuja, or visit our website www.smedan.gov.ng.
The Nigerian national flag is a sacred national symbol. It is a mark of patriotism and a show of love for our nation to fly the national flag correctly, in the right colors, right dimension, and in the right sizes for each occasion. In recent times, it has been noticed that government offices, corporate organizations, banks, embassies, and other notable institutions fly faded, shredded, and haggard-looking versions of the national flag. This is wrong and must stop. It has also been noticed that some citizens prefer to popularize the national flag of other nations. Fellow countrymen and women, let us be patriotic. Come, let us show love for our motherland. Fly the correct versions of our national flag in all relevant places. Be patriotic. Be proud ambassadors of our great country.
This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
One Football Confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Nigeria's premier sports production and marketing group, Hot Sports, partners with the biggest, the largest, and the #1 television network in Africa, the NTA, to give Nigerians a memorable viewing experience. Boost fan support for the Super Eagles to glory in Egypt. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Let's join Jennifer in Lagos for more stories. Hello, Jennifer.
Thank you, Ronke, and welcome to Lagos. Now, have you ever gone through the stress of searching for blood for a patient in critical condition? Your experience may not have been palatable. Well, all that is changing as 4,000 lives were saved in the last 3 years. How? Joy Ken Abakoya will answer in this report.
Blood is an important resource both for planned treatments and urgent interventions. However, in many countries like Nigeria, blood banks face the challenge of making sufficient blood available when needed, while also ensuring safety. Statistics reveal that Nigeria has a high maternal mortality rate, with 814 deaths per 100,000 live births. What this means is that 3 women bleed to death every hour during childbirth. This is mostly caused by postpartum hemorrhage, which is partly the result of a major blood shortage. This challenge is what Temigiwa Tubosun's Life Bank has been working to address. The company, using technology from search engine Google, has been able to reduce time of assessing blood from 24 hours to 45 minutes.
We help hospitals get the emergency critical supplies they need to save their patients' life, from blood to oxygen and to a few other things. We deliver these products around the clock, 24/7, 7 days a week.
Call Me Blood, a documentary by Google, tells the story of how a Life Bank rider uses Google's mapping technology to swiftly deliver blood in response to the critical need of people across Lagos. Google, in collaboration with the American Red Cross, is at the forefront of using its technology to promote blood donation to save lives.
They've been able to cut delivery times from 24 hours, as you mentioned, to 45 minutes. So that's huge. So we want to showcase that and encourage people to go out and actually donate blood and help save lives.
This is an indication that every Nigerian who needs blood can get it if 1% of the Nigerian population donates blood regularly. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakoya, NTA News.
Thank you, Joy. And to the maritime sector, the federal government's intervention in the maritime sector is yielding dividends as far as this has led to improved revenue generation, stimulated employment opportunity, and channels for investment in the country's maritime domain. The Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Dr. Dakuku Peterside, who gave the indication at a media chat with editors in Lagos, said it now takes less than 24 hours to issue sailing clearance to ships and vessels. Michael Olaleye reports.
Repositioning the maritime sector to contribute more than the projected growth of 10% to the nation's GDP was summed up under 5 pillars of compliance with global maritime regulations, establishing green and safe operational environment, and intensifying search and rescue initiative. These guiding principles are assisting to yield results, as the number of inspected vessels increased from 316 in 2015 to 637 in 2018, with just 14% deficiency. This, the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency said, is due to various initiatives, including prompt issuance of sailing clearance to vessels.
As soon as your vessel calls at any Nigerian port, within 24 hours, we'll have finished with whether our inspection or surveying functions, if there's need for it, and we'll have reconciled our accounts with you, and we'll give you sailing clearance.
In a bid to promote open market for investment, the agency is also implementing the new cabotage compliance strategy, which ends the initial 5 years waiver for cargoes and vessels. The activation of the Cargo Support Initiative and access to single-digit finance are some of the systematic approach the agency is exploring in a bid to create more ship owners and stimulate investment. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
That's a contribution from Lagos. Back to Ronke in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Jennifer. The build-up to elections usually heat up national polity, and the case of Nigeria is not different, as post-election peace and unity depends on a number of factors, one of which is media coverage of the process. A non-government organization, We No Go Break, visited NTA to commend the management for the coverage of the 2019 general elections. Kolo Mohammed has that report.
The reportage of the 2019 general elections by NTA has been described as not only professional but unbiased and excellent in the promotion of the peace and unity of Nigeria.
Anybody who was in this country this year election, we know that we had a peculiar challenge. Not knowing where to go, whether to go to the left or to go to the right or anywhere, but NTA, because they have sworn to report straight, undiluted, and unbiased elections, they did it, and they did it well.
The Winogo Break non-governmental organization is seeking partnership with the NTA in the coverage of its activities. In response, NTA's Director General, represented by the Director of Administration, appreciated the organization for the visit, stating NTA's position in recognition and identification with law-abiding and peaceful organizations.
President Mohamed Buhari. We are all aware that he's a man of magnesium personal courage. A man who looks at things critically and takes action damning whatever consequence, as long as the action is in line with what can sustain the unity and progress of Nigeria. And that is what he has been doing.
A Defender of Democracy award was given to NTA. Likewise, law-abiding and peaceful organizations earn NTA's generosity.
Wow.
In Abuja, Kolo Muhammad, NTA News.
Kemi has the next set of stories in Ibadan Network Center.
Here and a warm welcome to Ibadan. Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ Oyo State Chapter, in collaboration with other non-governmental organizations, lends its voice to the spate of kidnapping and insecurity in the country. This was at a peaceful walk to the Oyo State Governor's office. Omokinde Igbari has the reports.
With different placards to express their grievances on the spate of kidnapping in the country, especially the Southwest Zone, women journalists in Oyo State called on all state governors and traditional rulers to support the initiative amid tackling the menace sweeping across Yoruba land without further delay.
Women journalists in Oyo State, with the major support of our NUJ, our father body, to say no more kidnapping in Oyo State, in Southwest, in Nigeria.
This nation needs to be saved. And in order for the government to know that we are partner in progress when it comes to the issue of safety, we are here to tell our government to do something.
A letter was presented to the Oyo State Governor for other Yoruba elders and royal fathers on the worsening security situation in the Southwest.
As the leading light in the peace center state, take your message to your colleagues in the zone and do what is necessary in order for us to raise the alarms of this plight.
It is believed that the peaceful walk will yield a positive result in the region and Nigeria. In Ibadan, Omokinde Igbari, NTA News.
And in line with federal government's policy on the delivery of quality agricultural produce in the country, experts have called on farmers to embrace the use of improved seeds to boost productivity and enhance national food security. This was the subject of discussion at a training by National Agricultural Seed Council for seed inspection officers held in Ibadan. Kayode Oladoshu has details.
Agricultural seed, the foundation of any agricultural produce, as the seeds germinate into crops. It is also the main source of food for human consumption. Farmers' produce depends on quality seed for good yield of crops. However, the duty of National Agricultural Seeds Council is to ensure that Nigerian farmers get quality seed for their money through adequate training of personnel that will curb the sales of adulterated seeds to the farmers.
Going through seed markets and actually ensuring that whatever seed is offered for sale meets the minimum seed standard.
The training exercise provides avenue for seed inspectors to ensure that none of the stakes in the production of quality seed is omitted.
With this training, I believe that we'll be able to regulate the seed industry in Nigeria to a reasonable standard.
We need to go and check that the seed they are selling is in law in the National Agricultural Seeds Act.
The theme of the training, Strategic Seed Market Surveillance and Intelligent Gathering, a viable tool, is to allow for effective seed market regulation and quality seed delivery. In Ibadan, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. It's back to Ronke in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Many thanks, Kemi. The senator representing Abia South Senatorial District, Eyinaya Baribe, has been named the minority leader of the 9th Senate. This follows a meeting of PDP senators with the party's national chairman, Uche Secondus, in Abuja. The meeting held behind closed doors also had Senator Emmanuel Boacha from Taraba South retaining his position as deputy minority leader. The senator representing FCT, Philip Aduda, also retained his position as the minority whip. Meanwhile, the diplomatic community wants the 9th Senate to serve as a model for other African parliaments by running it in line with best democratic practices. This was at a dinner to honor the new leadership of the Senate, organized by the former governor of Abia State and member of the 9th Senate, Ojuzo Kalu, in Abuja. Ignatius Nko reports.
Having meals together in Africa goes beyond just digging into delicious meals. It is a significant way of bonding and building unity among people. And that is the role this dinner is expected to play for the newly inaugurated Senate. At this dinner, there are no receptionists. The host, Senator Ojuzo Kalu, received his guests himself. It was a night of pleasantries and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. More than 7 foreign ambassadors attended and offered advice to the new leadership of the 9th Senate.
Mr. President, we are all here representing our countries in order to do our best to cultivate the relationship between our countries and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, did not mince words when he assured of a non-partisan and people-oriented Senate.
The Nigerian project is a project of the Nigerian people. It's not any political party's project.
What is uppermost in their mind is the good of the country, the people who sent you, because we are delegates.
To show my acceptability of the Senate President and Deputy Senate President, I have to have this party for both of them.
This is the first time the senators will be gathering round the dining table since their inauguration. Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
As the newly inaugurated lawmakers of the 9th National Assembly held their first plenary session on Thursday, they have been urged to shun excessive politicking and get down to the business of legislation. Guests of Good Morning Nigeria today emphasized that the focus of the 9th Assembly should be people-oriented issues and policies. Daniel Adirie tells us more.
Citing the fact that the task ahead of the 9th Assembly is a humongous one, it is not impossible, as guests on Good Morning Nigeria re-emphasized that there should be good synergy between the executive and legislature for the prosperity and development of the country.
If government is introducing any policy or introducing any bill that is a little bit controversial, there's a need to possibly talk to the leadership and draw their attention. This is the intention of the government, this is why they are doing this is why they are doing this. So that they have a clear picture of clearly what the government intends to do.
The very fact that the same party produced the president and the leadership of National Assembly is a factor, a positive factor we should celebrate, because that would ordinarily mean that the content of the manifesto of the governing party will not need any further debate.
Making reference to the issue of national budget, the guests agreed that the National Assembly is constitutionally equipped to objectively determine how funds should or should not be appropriated.
Padding with respect, I think with this legislature, that will be reduced. But I want to say that I am not very conversant with that. I'm not very conversant with that in the legislative lexicon.
There's nothing sacrosanct about having a January to December budget cycle. It could be May to June, as long as we capture the essence of budgeting.
This issue of padding, as it's so called, it's a misconception, because we are the politicians from the grassroots and we know what our constituents need the most. So when a box is brought in by the executive and the legislature looks into it and sees that whatever aspect is missing that the community needs, then they add that aspect into the budget.
They called on Nigerians to keep faith in the 9th Assembly as it remains committed to promoting and improving democracy. In Abuja, Daniel Adiriye, NTA News.
That report runs off nationwide this Friday. We thank you for staying tuned as we now join our live telecast on the 35th Convocation Lecture of Bayero University in Kano. Do have a great time.